because all the fivefold offices come with intense warfare. All fivefold offices come with intense warfare, and the warfare varies according to the calling. It varies according to what the vessel can bear, but it also varies according to what the purpose God has for the vessel is. If the Lord has a purpose for the vessel that is very great, the warfare will be out of this world. So if God has given someone a global ministry, an international ministry, then you are going to get straight up pythons and wolves and dragons as your opponents spiritually. But if you are, for instance, a youth pastor in a church that is no bigger than 200, 300 people, and if you are rightly called, God has that calling upon your life, and your pastor is wise and astute and is praying to God, who should I raise up? And the Lord brings up the image of the young man's face, brings up the name of the person to be an elder, brings up the name of the person to be a deacon or a deaconess. Then yes, when the pastor moves in order and ordains that person, because you are standing rightly in your position, you are a peg rightly positioned in place, then the warfare will not be as much because the pastor has done rightly. Your pastor ordains you and you are just a faithful deacon, and because you've been a deacon for 10 years and you're faithful and you know how to rightly do the Bible study, and then he now makes you an assistant pastor and a pastor, and yet there's no calling of that office upon you, the warfare will hit you 10 times harder. Why? You were never created to be standing in that position. Both you and the pastor, mostly the pastor who ordained you, are going to have to answer to God for ordaining out of space. And a lot of pastors, they lack discernment. They look at hard work and they think it means that there's a calling there. That doesn't mean that. I see so many people, even up to the apostleship, ordained out of a snowy day. You can look at the person and see that God never picked this person. This one was born of the will of man.